Hello my fellow Venetians, welcome to today's video, which is GalaxyCon. It is Saturday, December 3rd. We just got up and we are going to head downstairs to breakfast, and then we're gonna get changed into our cosplays and head over to the convention center. In all its glory.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! And the shoes. Everything is fabulous. Okay, we are in the car and we are ready to go to GalaxyCon.
We are so ready. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. Hey friends, we have just concluded at GalaxyCon.
Woo! We had a great time.
With a caveat. Is it a caveat? With it? What's the word I'm looking for?
It was a good time. It was also a stressful time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a chat later tonight when we get back to the hotel about GalaxyCon and accessibility. All right, bye.
Bye.
Hi there friends, it is time for a little bit of a GalaxyCon vlog debrief video. Overall, I'd say it's worth it to go if you are able to go and you have the mental and physical capacity to be at a con for multiple hours in a row. When we first got there, we ordered parking so we knew where we were going, and we went into the convention center, and in order to get to the registration area, it was all the halfway around the convention center to get to where we needed to be. So we crunched over there and then just stood in lines to get our passes. And not to say VidCon does things better, but VidCon does things better because so did AWP, I think, did this as well, where they had a line for people who need accommodations or have mobility aids are able to have a shorter line so they can get their things and get out so they're not standing for prolonged periods of time. So I think that's one thing that GalaxyCon could have done better, is just with their lines. This was also at play when we went for our photo op with Jodie Whittaker, which I love Jodie so much. This is not on her, this is on the staff. We were corralled into these little lines that maybe were 3 feet across, and they just packed you in like little sardines, and you stood there until it was your time to go up for the photo op. And that's something that I cannot do. I cannot stand for that long without having pot symptoms or without my hip hurting. So I ended up needing to sit on the ground for quite a long period of time. My watch kept going off the entire time. I was at GalaxyCon today saying high heart rate alert, high heart rate alert, high heart rate alert. I think it got into the 150s at one point. I had already taken all my POTS meds. I took extra salt. And so after that experience, and then when you go up to do the photo shoot, it's very, very fast. And I understand they need to do things fast to get things done, but some people cannot move as fast as others. So I'm on crutches. I'm trying to get over to where I need to be, but also make sure that my cosplay is in order, which it wasn't because I wore a mask the whole con, except I wanted my mask off for the photo op, so I took it off and put it in my pocket. But the earring I was wearing had a cufflink and it fell down. And so it's just dangling in the picture. And then in the picture, when we finally saw it, you can't even see my eyes because you can see some glare right here. But in the photos, it's just white over the lenses of my glasses, so you can't see my eyes. And there's a white glare on Maggie's whistle from Ace's jacket as well. You would think that they wouldn't they would try harder to make it that you can see the people, but it's okay. It was great because we got to see Jody. It was just so many people, and I am not a people person, and I know that's not their fault that I'm not a people person, but I think they have to understand you can't just treat people like sardines and expect everybody to be okay. So after the photo op experience, I had a bit of a panic attack, and I went to try to use my breathing app that I have. It's not an app, it's a GIF, and you're supposed to breathe along to it, but it couldn't download because there was no Wi-Fi. There was no free Wi-Fi to use. So I tried to open Spotify to listen to the calming playlist that I go to during these times, and that also was not working, even though I had them downloaded, so I'm not sure what the problem was there. But thankfully I had music on my phone that I had with me, so I was able to turn that on, put my headphones in, and try to relax. It didn't help that my blood sugar also dropped. I think it was 66. And I was really dizzy because of POTS. I had been standing for so long, so I was finally sitting down. I had my juice box, I had glucose tabs, I took Ativan, I took Zofran because I needed to eat something and I did not trust my gastroparesis. So today is International Day of Persons with Disabilities Day, and I just want to remind everybody that disabilities look different for everyone. Not everybody is going to be, quote, wheelchair bound, which isn't even the best phrasing that we could be using right now. We could definitely use better phrasing than that and say a wheelchair user or an ambulatory wheelchair user for those who are able to also walk and use a wheelchair. But I don't know. You just need to be thoughtful and fight ableism, I guess. Do your best to try to make those around you comfortable and safe. Allow them to feel safe when they are with you, and when they are around you, try to help them as much as you can. I was lucky to have Maggie with me today because she was able to go and get food while I decompressed, and we messaged in the notes app on my phone because my service was very spotty, and so we were able to communicate. And then the one thing that we had going for us after that photo op, I did not think I could go back into the exhibition hall. There were too many people, and I knew that to do the autograph line, we're just going to be squished some more. But thankfully, when we got there, we stood in line for a little bit and we were on the outside, but when we turned to start to wind our way in and out and in and out, one of the staff saw me on crutches and said, "Hey, come this way, we can bring you to the front." I'm not saying that a disability should be a fast pass or a way to get things quicker or an advantage against other people. But I do think it's important to realize that we don't have the same abilities as everybody else. If I were to stand in that line, there's a risk that I could pass out. There's a risk that I could hurt myself. And that's not ideal. So just bear in mind when you see people using mobility aids, offer them a seat if you have a seat and they don't. We don't mind educating you if you come up. Ask thoughtful questions and we won't mind talking to you. You shouldn't just shy your kid away and be like, "Oh, don't look at her, she's using crutches." You shouldn't, if you're curious, it's okay. That's how we can get rid of some of this stigma. So yeah, GalaxyCon was great in the fact that I got to meet Jodie Whittaker and I got to do a photo op with her, even though I thought it went horribly and I was terrified and on edge the entire time. The autograph experience redeemed that sum, and she signed my backpack, and I am very, very happy with it. But it scares me to do cons because of things like this. And so just remember, treat everybody with kindness, and yeah, okay, that's that. Okay friends, it is time to end today's vlog. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below if you've ever been to an event like Comic-Con or VidCon or GalaxyCon. And as always, thanks for watching.